If you want to be more open to communication with your spiritual guides or invisible tribe or invisible team, this is a tapping session for you. Hi. This is a tapping session that is complementing the podcast episode that I did about sharing my morning practice regarding creating and mapping your day and your reality, where a portion of it was to connect with your invisible tribe or team and really feel them and get guidance from them and get assistance for them. This is something that is very present in co-parenting with the universe. And this is something that I hear a lot of moms or people in general having a hard time with, because they believe that maybe it's not possible for them, maybe something is blocking them, maybe they don't know exactly how to go about it, they don't know exactly what is their dominant channel, because we all have one, whether it is seeing, hearing, sensing, like a sensation in your body. So seeing, hearing, sensing, or knowing. Sometimes you're not very conscious about the way that you receive messages usually, because we receive messages and guidance all day. It comes in a form of an impulse. So we are more conscious about the impulse than the fact that it's actually something coming from the universe to help us and to maybe put us in contact with the solution or the person that we are seeking. I remember it happening for me when I was working many years ago, over 26 years ago, into an optometry clinic, and I had to look for a client file, a patient file. And we had a manual system, and the file was misplaced, which means it was not under the letter that the name was starting with. Using my hand and feeling the heat again on that drawer or that drawer, and being able to localize the file, even though we had over 1,000 files. So maybe yours is not sensation through your body. Maybe it is hearing. Maybe it is you have an image suddenly. Maybe you just have a knowing that that's something you need to do or someplace you need to go. Whatever it is, you can work with that. And the truth is, even though you have a dominant channel, you can also develop the other channels, because I recently had an image for guidance that I was seeking, and this is not my predominant channel at all. So what we're going to do today is tapping, and if you're not familiar with tapping, it's okay. You can just follow what I'm doing and say what I'm saying, except if you need to tweak or change a word because it doesn't resonate or doesn't reflect what you're feeling in your body. Otherwise, you do what I do. You tap at the same points and you say the same thing, and you will be able to get the results. You can go see in this playlist, if you're watching on YouTube, the video introduction to tapping that I did if you want to know more about tapping, but that's not necessary, as I said. So before we start, connect with the idea of I can receive guidance from my spiritual guides or my invisible team or my invisible tribe or my ancestors, whatever is your language. Close your eyes, put your hand on your heart, and connect with that declaration or affirmation. What do you feel in your body? Do you feel maybe a contraction somewhere, maybe in your chest, fluttering in your solar plexus, some contraction in your neck, some kind of physical sensation that is reflecting a resistance to that declaration? So take notice of what you feel. I'm going to use for this exercise this contraction in my stomach, but you will replace it with what it is that you are currently feeling. And what I would like you to do now is to rate that sensation from a scale on 0 to 10, where 0 is I don't feel anything, and I'm sorry, it's probably one of my cats. 0 is I don't feel anything, and 10 is like it's overwhelming. I feel that strong contraction. Take a note of where you're feeling, which indicates how much resistance you have to that belief or that declaration. And let's start tapping. Even though I have some kind of resistance to corresponding and connecting to my spiritual guides, and again, switch it with spiritual tribe, spiritual team, ancestors, whatever you believe. And I feel that contraction in my stomach. I open to the possibility of it happening for me. And I choose to love and accept myself completely as I am now. Even though I have this contraction in my stomach, when I think about connecting with my spiritual guides, I am not sure that it's possible for me. I choose to open to the possibility, and I choose to love and accept myself exactly as I am now. Even though I have this contraction in my stomach, when I think about connecting with my spiritual guides or my invisible tribe, I choose to love and accept myself completely, and I open to the belief that it is possible. Connecting with my spiritual guides. Not sure that it's possible for me. Not sure about how it would feel or how it would look. This contraction in my stomach. Connecting and receiving guidance from my spiritual guides. I am not sure it's possible for me. Under the bone here. I'm not sure it is even something that I can do. This contraction in my stomach. I want to be connecting and receiving guidance from my spiritual guides. But I'm not sure it's possible. What if it is possible for me? Nah, too far-fetched. I don't think it's possible for me. This contraction in my stomach. What if it was possible for me? What if it is something that I can develop? Interesting idea. This contraction in my stomach. Connecting with my spiritual guides. I am not sure if it's safe to do that for me. What if it happens and it's not safe? What if it isn't even possible for me? I'm not sure it's possible. This contraction in my stomach. What if it is possible? What if it's safe even? What if I can actually control, open or close the channel? Connecting with my spiritual guides. This contraction in my stomach. Connecting with my spiritual guides. This contraction in my stomach. Opening to the possibility. Opening to knowing that it is safe. I can even protect my energy before I do it. I can define a field of safety. I can invite the love and the light of the universe, the divine God, to surround and protect me before I try. What if it is safe? What if I can do it safely? I now choose to open to that. I now choose to make it safe for myself. I now choose to believing that it's possible for me. I now let go of that contraction in my stomach, or at least a portion of it, at least 20 to 30%, or all of it. Letting go of the contraction in my stomach. Seeing, feeling, or picturing it leaving my body. Believing that it's possible for me to connect with my spiritual guide. Opening my channels to receiving guidance from my spiritual guide or guides. Opening to the possibility. It is possible and safe for me to connect with my spiritual guides. It is possible and safe for me to connect with my spiritual guides. I probably have done it all my life without realizing. I now choose to open and receive the guidance from my spiritual guides. And now stop tapping. Take a deep breath. And go back to that declaration. I can, or it is possible for me to connect with my spiritual guides. And see if there is still a reaction in your body. Oops. Or how true does it sound for you? From 0 to 10. Does it seem 0? I don't believe it still, and in that case go back and use that tapping session, or you may need to journal about it. Maybe you have beliefs that are preventing you from doing it, and it's worth experiencing. By the way, if you had thoughts coming during that tapping session of I shouldn't be doing that, it's not right to do that, you've been taught that it was wrong to do that, you will need to work on that belief first. But if it's now at an age of trueness for you, you're already opening to the possibility. And if you haven't done so, go listen to that episode. The link is below, because you will get the 5-minute morning practice that changed my life and changed the lives of the women I've taught that practice who are doing it. And as usual, knowing won't change your life, doing will. So I wish you a wonderful opening session. May you receive all the guidance you need for your highest good, and I will see you next time with another video.